Welcome to Quick Life Secrets. We hope you will find this informative and entertaining. Please note that the information provided in this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. It is not intended to be a substitute for professional advice, especially in the case of emotional, physical, or any other problems. If you are experiencing any issues, it is highly recommended that you seek the assistance of a professional. Winning an argument is not necessarily about being right or proving someone else wrong. It is about effectively communicating your ideas and opinions and finding common ground with the other person. Here are some tips to help you win every argument. Start by understanding the other person's perspective. Take the time to listen to their point of view and try to see things from their angle. This will help you respond in a way that is more empathetic and less confrontational. Be clear and concise in your communication. State your point of view simply and avoid using technical language that might be difficult for the other person to understand. Avoid personal attacks and focus on the issue at hand. Attacking the person rather than the argument is a surefire way to derail the conversation and make it less productive. Use evidence and data to support your argument. This will help you make a stronger case and increase your credibility in the eyes of the other person. Look for common ground. Try to find areas where you agree with the other person and build on that shared understanding. This can help to diffuse tensions and make it easier to find a solution that works for both of you. Be open to compromise. Sometimes, it may be necessary to make concessions in order to reach an agreement. Be willing to listen to the other person's suggestions and be open to finding a middle ground. Practice active listening. Pay attention to what the other person is saying and avoid interrupting them. This shows that you respect their opinion and makes it more likely that they will listen to you in return. Keep your emotions in check. It can be tempting to get defensive or angry when you feel like you are being challenged, but this will only escalate the situation and make it harder to find a resolution. Instead, try to remain calm and level-headed. Refrain from using aggressive or confrontational body language. Maintaining eye contact, avoiding crossing your arms and maintaining an open posture can help to diffuse tensions and create a more productive atmosphere. Be respectful and professional in your tone and language. Avoid using sarcasm or humor that may be misinterpreted, and avoid making blanket statements or generalizations that may be seen as dismissive. Seek to understand the other person's values and motivations. Understanding why they hold the opinions that they do can help you find a way to compromise and reach a mutually beneficial outcome. Avoid making assumptions. Don't jump to conclusions about what the other person is thinking or feeling, and don't make assumptions about their motivations or intentions. Be mindful of the context in which the argument is taking place. Consider the time, place, and audience when making your points, and be sensitive to cultural differences that may impact the conversation. Use positive language and reframe negative statements. For example, instead of saying "you're wrong," try saying "I see things differently." This can help to diffuse tensions and create a more collaborative atmosphere. Avoid making ultimatums. Threatening to end the relationship or walk away from the conversation if your demands are not met is unlikely to result in a positive outcome. Consider the long-term implications of your words and actions. How will your argument impact your relationship with the other person, and is it worth the risk? Seek to find a solution that works for both parties. A win-win outcome is always preferable to a one-sided victory. Be willing to admit when you're wrong. Acknowledging your mistakes shows humility and can help to build trust and respect in your relationship with the other person. Be flexible in your approach. Be willing to adjust your argument if new information or perspectives are presented, and be open to exploring different solutions. Keep the conversation focused. Avoid getting sidetracked by unrelated issues, and stay on topic to ensure that the argument remains productive and focused. Consider seeking the help of a mediator or third party if the argument becomes particularly heated or difficult to resolve. Having an impartial person involved can help to diffuse tensions and provide a fresh perspective on the issue. Focus on resolving the issue, not winning the argument. The goal should always be to find a solution that works for both parties, not to simply prove that you are right. Take a break if necessary. If the argument is becoming too heated, it may be best to take a step back and give both parties some time to cool down. Additionally, it's important to be aware of your own emotions and avoid getting defensive or angry. Keeping your emotions in check, being respectful and professional in your tone, and being open to compromise are all key factors in winning an argument. Remember, the goal should always be to resolve the issue and maintain a positive relationship with the other person, rather than simply proving that you are right. By following these tips, you can become a more effective communicator and increase your chances of winning every argument. Learn from past arguments and strive to improve your communication skills. Reflect on what worked well and what could have been done differently, and use this information to improve your argumentation skills in the future. Be mindful of power dynamics. Consider who holds the power in the argument and how this may impact the outcome. Try to level the playing field and ensure that both parties are able to express their opinions and ideas effectively. Avoid using inflammatory or divisive language. Words can have a powerful impact, and it is important to choose your words carefully to avoid causing offense or fueling the argument further. Focus on the future, not the past. Instead of dwelling on what has already happened, look for ways to move forward and find a resolution that works for both parties. Be open to feedback and suggestions. Listen to what the other person has to say, and be willing to adjust your argument if necessary. Be respectful of the other person's time and attention. Avoid monopolizing the conversation or taking up too much of their time. Show appreciation for the other person's perspective, even if you don't agree with it. Acknowledge their point of view and show that you are willing to listen and learn. Remember that it's okay to agree to disagree. Sometimes, it may not be possible to reach a resolution, and it's important to be okay with this. Focus on maintaining a positive and respectful relationship, and look for ways to work together effectively in the future. In conclusion, winning an argument is about more than just being right. It's about effectively communicating your ideas and opinions, finding common ground, and resolving the issue in a way that works for both parties. It is more important to maintain a positive relationship with the other person and find a way to work together effectively. Be willing to put the argument aside if necessary, and focus on finding a way forward that works for both of you. In conclusion, winning an argument requires a combination of effective communication skills and emotional intelligence. By being mindful of the other person's perspective, using clear and concise language, and avoiding personal attacks, you can create a more productive and collaborative environment. By focusing on finding common ground and seeking solutions that work for both parties, you can turn a potentially negative situation into a positive outcome. By following these tips, you can improve your argumentation skills and increase your chances of winning every argument.